Thank you very much indeed for taking the time to talk to us today.
Sure.
So we're talking about science and public policy. What are some of the major issues facing the scientific community in terms of public policy today?
Money is always the thing that kind of comes up first, but there are issues that I think are steeped in the opportunities that have come from progress in science. The last 20, 25 years, we've seen magnificent progress in the biological and life sciences, and where it's clear that the opportunities to apply fundamental discovery, which we still need to keep strong, to not only to applications that will affect people's daily lives, but to major societal issues of health, environment, energy, food, and agriculture, and so forth. These are crises I think that everyone recognizes, but I think that we've reached a place in biological research where we really have an opportunity for that research to really contribute in profound ways.
And these are all issues that really impact on people's lives.
Absolutely, absolutely. So this is where research can really now be touching people's lives in real time.
When you're on Capitol Hill, everybody who's on Capitol Hill at the moment seems to be talking about money. So how do you persuade lawmakers, policymakers, that actually it's important to continue to invest in science?
I think there's two strong messages that can be made. One is that public funding of fundamental basic research, discovery research, is essential because the private industry can't support this sort of long-term studies that create the knowledge base from which all of these applications flow. And then the requirement for maintaining that strong public support, basic science progress is really important, so public money is needed. The other is that this sort of discovery is not only great for our society and our culture, but is a major economic driver, creates jobs of all sorts, all the way up and down the line. And it's the kind of economic driver that you want. It's something that moves the society in the right direction.
And do you think how do you view America's position in terms of the global community in terms of scientific research at the moment?
Well, the U.S. has long been the leader, kind of undisputed leader in scientific research. I think that really kind of comes from the kinds of people who came here to set up the country, that sort of pioneering entrepreneurial spirit, real curiosity and driven and discovery driven. But other countries are catching on. They understand that this is the kind of driver that can set a culture in the right direction, can be the kind of economic driver, and so it's going to be really essential for us to maintain that position. And it's another message for Congress, is to keep the kind of priority that we've long enjoyed.
Coming back a little bit from the Hill at the moment, what are some of the issues that you're actually dealing with in your own laboratory at the moment?
So my lab is working on understanding how gene networks operate. So what happens is that all of our cells contain the same genes, but they express different ones to give skin and muscle and blood and lungs and so forth. So we're trying to understand how those sets of genes get organized and turned on and turned off in ways that allow the different sets of genes to be expressed to give rise to different cells. It's clear that if you can understand that, then you can understand lots of fundamental things that we want to be able to know about how normal development operates, for example, what goes wrong in diseases and so forth.
Lots of exciting work.
Absolutely, it's a great time.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Pleasure.